Today we're doing the 80K Q&A. I opened up my Discord Q&A channel to everyone in my Discord server, and you guys asked a wide variety of questions there regarding Call of Duty, YouTube, and then just some generic in-life stuff, and I'm going to answer those questions to the best of my ability. Before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys for a huge amount of support you guys have been showing on the channel. It was, what, 2 months ago we did the 60K Q&A? Maybe even 3 months ago, and now we're at 80K, and just, I can't even describe how grateful I am for the opportunity you guys have given me to make videos on YouTube and have this as a job pretty much. And it's really, honestly, I'm so grateful, and words cannot describe how grateful I am. And I honestly really appreciate it, whether you guys just watch a couple videos, if you're brand new to the channel, all that cliche stuff, regardless of if you were like the first viewer or the most recent. Thank you guys for all the support you guys have been showing me on the channel and in the Discord. Anyway, next Q&A after this one will be at 100K. However, it will be a little bit delayed because I have a video planned for a 100K special if we ever make it that far. Anyway, if you guys want to ask questions for future Q&As, join the Discord down below in the description. And with all that being said, let's get into it. And we're going to start off with the Call of Duty based questions. And the first question is from Noob Throw, and he asks, what do you think of people who hate Cold War because of the graphics, gameplay, gunsmith, etc.? And honestly, I can't trash talk anyone who has valid opinions like that. If people genuinely don't like specific aspects of the game, that's all a subjective opinion. I can't tell them that they're wrong for liking something a specific way when I like it a different way. I think it's completely fine if people like the game for what it is, and not everyone's going to enjoy Cold War. There's going to be those who hate it, those who love it, and those who are in between. And there are a lot of things that aren't up to standard with Cold War, and it does have issues, so sometimes critical criticism is warranted within Cold War. Now, people are more likely to notice things they dislike rather than things they like with anything in life, and when that comes to Cold War, a lot of people are going to be quick to say that they hate something rather than they like something, and that goes with any game in the Call of Duty franchise. So subjective opinion is really what it comes down to at the end of the day, while sometimes the critical criticism is definitely warranted. The next question is from a Canuck, and he asks, what are your thoughts on COD being such a big franchise while still having many flaws? And I actually think this is a really good question. Call of Duty, for context for those who are new to the franchise, has always had flaws. A lot of people say Call of Duty is a multi-billion-dollar franchise, which they are, but they have a lot of issues nowadays. And they've been a multi-billion-dollar company for a long time now, yet they have always had issues. Of course, the cliche thing to say is nothing is perfect, but a lot of people expect Call of Duty to be so, especially based off of some of the old OG Call of Duties that everyone looks back upon with such rose-tinted glasses. However, a lot of the old Call of Duties also had a lot of issues themselves. Look at Modern Warfare 2, for example. Modern Warfare 2 is widely seen as one of the best Call of Duties of all time, but that game, during its life cycle, did not get a lot of support since Infinity Ward had a feud with Activision, and a lot of the high-ups at Infinity Ward left to go start Respawn Entertainment rather than to work on Modern Warfare 2. So there was a lot of issues with Modern Warfare 2 at the time, but not a lot of people focused on that because people just look back at those days with rose-tinted glasses because of nostalgia, and nostalgia is very dangerous like that. Pan Milk Tea asks, why are people hoping that Call of Duty goes back to the golden age? Like, I get people want that, but you can't really repeat what has already happened, and that ties in a little bit to what Akanuka is asking. And I don't think people want Call of Duty to go back and remake all those golden age Call of Duties. I think a lot of people just want Call of Duty to consistently release great games back to back rather than what goes on nowadays. If you look at Call of Duty back then, even without the rose-colored glasses, Call of Duty released some bangers back to back to back. We had COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, the original Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2, which are seen as some of the best Call of Duties of all time. And I don't think people want Call of Duty to go back to its roots and have the games play exactly the same as they did back then. I think what people want when they complain about Call of Duty not going back to the golden age is they want consistency and and high quality every year, year after year. If you look at some of the Call of Duties we've gotten recently, there's been some games people love and some games people hate and some games that are just mediocre. Look at the contrast between Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and World War II. Infinite Warfare is hated by most Call of Duty players, while Black Ops 3 is loved by most, and then World War II falls in that in-between range. If you look at Call of Duties recently, there is a huge variety of different types of Call of Duties and different fan bases, where back in the day, everyone just loved COD because it was COD and it was basic and simple then, but now it's changed over time. So I think people just want Call of Duty to go back to that golden era type vibe where everyone was having fun with the games. There wasn't major issues whatsoever, and there was lots for us to do. So I really think that's why people scream at the rooftops for the golden age of COD to come back. Jose asks, are microtransactions worth it in your opinion? Honestly, I think if you are good with money and have disposable income, you can spend that on whatever you want. Now, microtransactions are pretty expensive and it can come to 20 bucks to buy a Mastercraft variant. So realistically, if you buy 4 Mastercraft variants in the game, you can pretty much buy a second copy of the game. So I think the cosmetics themselves are worth unlocking and grinding towards in the battle pass, but I don't think for the price they are worth it in the shop. However, if you have that disposable income and you don't mind spending that money on some of those bundles, I don't see an issue with it whatsoever, as long as you aren't spending money that you should be using for rent or groceries on Call of Duty. I think there is no issue with microtransactions other than the extremely expensive prices. Baba Booey asks, with Battlefield 6 on its way, will you cover the game and some of the older ones? I'm assuming he means the older Battlefield games. I definitely plan on playing Battlefield 6, which has been revealed to be Battlefield 2048 at this time, but I'm just going to call it Battlefield 6 for the sake of the video. I will be definitely playing Battlefield 6 and will make some initial impression videos and maybe some video commentaries here and there on the game and if it's good or not when the game first comes out, and I will dabble with some Battlefield stuff then. I don't plan on going back to play any of the old Battlefield games for videos. I have a lot of the old Battlefield games and I play them from time to time, but I don't actually plan on making videos on them, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Josh asks, are you genuinely surprised with how fast you've grown over the last year? And absolutely yes. When Modern Warfare launched, that's when I started uploading consistently on my YouTube channel. I've had my channel ever since 2013, but for my channel's sake, I really started uploading at the beginning of launch for Modern Warfare 2019. And from then, I went from 1,600 subscribers all the way up to 80,000 in just over a year and a half. And that completely blows my mind. There are people that grind and grind and grind YouTube for years and years, and they're just hitting 10K subscribers. So I am very fortunate and very lucky. And once again, thank you guys for all the continued support on the channel because we've gotten this far. And to answer Josh, yes, I am extremely surprised with how far we've grown, and I'm extremely excited to see where we go in the future. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for all that you've given me opportunity wise. A-Cop asks, if you were to change the meta a bit, I'm assuming he's talking Warzone, what changes to the weapons would I make? And if you wanted a gun to be the best there is, what would it be? Personally, I would not change the balance in Warzone right now. For me, the perfect meta balance in Warzone was season, I think, 4 and 5, before like the really OP metas of the fire shotgun came into the game. A lot of people were using the Grau, but even though the Grau was pretty much the meta assault rifle at the time, you could still use any other weapon in the game and it was extremely balanced, and you could use it in its specific range of, if it was a shotgun, good at close range, SMG good at close range, assault rifle good mid-long. You guys know how it was back then. It was super balanced, and I would not change it right now within Cold War, at least within Warzone, because A, I don't understand balancing and how difficult it actually must be to do all the stat changes, and B, I actually really like the balance of Warzone right now. I feel like I can use any gun in the game, whether that's a Modern Warfare or a Cold War gun, and actually be able to succeed with it. So personally, I'm not changing the meta one bit. Silver Cyclops asks, what got me started into YouTube? how I stay motivated and how many hours a week I put into YouTube. So YouTube is my full-time job this summer. I've decided to do that and take it full-time and see what I can do with it. So I spend anywhere from 3 to 6 hours a day making videos, and that goes through the steps of recording voiceover, like what you guys hear in the videos and what you guys hear in the commentaries, the background gameplay, which can take an hour or two to get, because you guys know Cold War, every game you play isn't going to be a good one, and I want to have interesting and entertaining background gameplay for you guys where I'm doing well in the game. So that can take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. And then I edit, make my own thumbnails. Everything you guys see and hear on the YouTube channel is all me, minus the music because I don't make the music. But everything, editing, video-wise, audio-wise, minus the music, is all me. So it takes about 3 to 6 hours a day per video. And then some days I take a little bit of more time if I'm making videos in advance for if I'm going on vacation, or if I'm planning videos and writing loose scripts and doing bullet points of things I need to touch base on in a video. So that's kind of how much time it takes. I don't really need motivation to do YouTube. I enjoy it so much that I wake up and I just am excited to do it and I enjoy it. It's a really cool job slash hobby that pays. And yeah, I think that's what motivates me, is just how much I enjoy it. And what originally got me started into YouTube was 2010, when the Call of Duty gaming scene became a big deal. I would even say in 2009, the second all like YouTube gaming started to gain popularity and YouTube channels like CNanners and the Vanos crew started, that's what really got me interested in starting YouTube. Yama asks, what's my least favorite part of doing YouTube for a living? And this is such a good question because I feel like not a lot of YouTubers touch base on this, but my least favorite part is how stressful it can be doing all the logistics of YouTube, because a lot of people from the outside that don't do it for a job, or that just do it maybe once or twice a year, or just do it for fun, they don't realize that if you're relying on YouTube for money, there is so much thought process that goes into it, because you have to figure out what will be entertaining for your audience, what will also be entertaining for people that maybe see you in the recommended, and you have to play the YouTube game, because you don't get paid based off of your subscriber count, you get paid off of views. And you also don't want to clickbait people, because you want first-time viewers of your videos to return and actually watch more of your videos, so you don't want to make them mad. So you have to find a balance of, this video is interesting and entertaining for my current audience and possible future audiences, while maintaining a good kind of like moral compass of, I'm not gonna go pull a Logan Paul and film a dead body in a forest so I can get millions of views and make thousands of dollars. It's very difficult to plan videos as well, especially when you upload every day, because you always got to be finding new stuff to make videos on and ways to branch out and expand your content. So it's very hard logistically, and the thought process that goes into YouTube is something that is my least favorite part. I don't hate it, but it's one of my least favorite parts and one of the most difficult parts of doing it. Jay, which is going to ask the last question of the day, asks, how does your family feel about you being a YouTuber? For me, I am very fortunate and live in a pretty modernized family, and I don't mean that as in like, oh, we're driving Teslas everywhere. They understand a lot of the modern concepts. My brother-in-law does YouTube as well. My cousin in the Discord server, Special Service, he does YouTube as well on his channel, and his dad's big into computers and technology. So my family's pretty well versed in what goes on the YouTube scene and just technology in general. So they're very supportive of it, and I'm very fortunate that they are. I understand there's people out there that still doubt YouTube, and not a lot of people understand YouTube still, because it's this new media platform. It's one of the fastest growing and most popular media platforms in the world, but there are still a lot of older people that have that quote unquote boomer mentality, where they just quite don't understand it and understand where the money is coming from. And my parents definitely had doubts at the start, where it was like, okay, you should be doing a normal job, which I was at the time, and I was getting good grades in school and doing all that stuff. And they were still a little cautious of, should you be doing this? Does it actually make money? But once I started making money consistently and being able to support myself, that's where the questions kind of stop, and they just started fully supporting, rather than just being like okay, we'll support you, but don't screw up your life and stuff like that. So very fortunate there. Anyway, that's going to be the Q&A for 80K. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more videos in the future, and if there is one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.